Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Okay, what is going on around the country? Big shout out to you wherever you are in the world and you're watching us. Um, I just have to do this quick video, and I'll be out of your face in about 10 minutes. You see, Nigerian politicians cannot wreck Nigeria without your permission. Hello? I need to say this again. For Nigerian politicians to wreck Nigeria, they need your permission. There is nothing that can be done in this country without the permission of the citizens. But the problem is the citizens don't know when they give permission. Amen. You see, I'm part Romanian. I'm one half Nigerian and another half Romanian. My mom comes from the dynasty of Dracula, Vlad Tepesh. And there's one thing about vampires, as the legend has it. A vampire cannot come to your house uninvited. For a vampire to come into your house, you must invite that vampire. So, many people don't know this, but if there's a vampire attack, that vampire had to be invited into that house. So, what the vampire does is the vampire tries to beguile you, seduce you into inviting him or her into your house. So, they can now gain entry into your house because they can't come to your house unless they've been invited. Same thing with Nigerian politics. Oh, they are rigging election. Oh, our leaders are bad. Your leaders are bad because you are indulging them. You are enabling them. I was reading stories from all over the place concerning the Osun state elections. And to be very honest, I was greatly disappointed. Nigeria is on a path to greatness. Nigeria is on a path to redemption. Nigeria is on a path to self-healing and, might I say, resurrection. And then you want to destroy it by buying votes and selling votes? I was on Instagram earlier on today. They caught one woman. She went to buy votes. They caught one man. He went to sell votes. And then Buhari is your problem. And then Tinubu is your problem. No Nigerian politician is anybody's problem. You are your own problem. You are your own problem. You wake up for money, you wear your clothes, brush your teeth, wear your shoe, comb your hair. You can't go buy votes. You can't talk, say our leaders are bad. It starts with the man on the queue who cannot wait for his turn. It starts with the mother who pays somebody to go and sit for WAEC and JAM for her daughter. Our people are very hungry. Our people are very hungry. If Adeboye should get up now and say these same hungry people should fast for 1 month, would they not fast? I'm asking you, would they not fast? They are never hungry when it comes to fasting. One thing I treasure my parents for is they'll never do yahoo yahoo for me to enter university. I know people's parents who paid for WAEC for them and jams just so that they can get into the university. I trust my papa. Mo Jerry Demola. Ara jam fún ẹ. As in, I think caller now crack him as joke. He go laugh. Say, him go buy jam for you. Him go buy you WAEC. You see, let me tell you something. If your parents have ever bought you or any of your siblings WAEC or JAMB, that is, they paid either a mercenary to go and sit for the exam on your behalf, or they bought Orijo, that's the past question, or the Kukuma went to buy the results, you have no right to blame any leader in power. You have lost the right, because you are saying this leader does not have certificate. This certificate where you get now, you get them, or the mercenary will sit for the exam for you. You see, selective conscience is one of Nigeria's deepest underlying issues. Selective conscience. A Nigerian man will tell you he has never cheated on his wife before. He prays 5 times a day or 7 times a day, depending on what religion he is. But then, now them you go see where greed dey. You see, I don't believe bribery and corruption is in Nigeria's DNA. I believe we are enabling bribing and corruption by not speaking up against it. And the worst form of bribery and corruption is when you go out, and you go and buy and sell votes. Let's have this conversation. I'm starting the supporters challenge, Clash of the Supporters, next week Tuesday. People are going to come and defend their favorite candidates, whether it is Tinubu or Atiku or Peter Obi. But you see, all that is useless if you believe that the only way you can win an election is by buying some votes. It's sad that we have degenerated into this. I want to bring a couple of people on. Let me see who I like to bring here. Kima Beauty, just come and say hi for a few minutes. I'm not going to waste too much time. Pinky 8, where are you? Let's discuss this. The Black Mentor. Greetings and salutations. Today we're just gisting about elections. I was talking earlier on about Clash of the Supporters. The first edition is sponsored by Black Mentor. All right. Hi, how are you doing, bro?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your take on this election buying and vote buying and vote selling?
I mean, it's a very terrible thing. It's a pity that black people have not realized that. Let me say Nigerians. Let me just generalize. Let me just say black Nigerians have not realized that it's just like you mortgaging your future. That's where I see it. You're just mortgaging your future. Well, at the same time, if I think about it again. Think about the generation that is selling their votes. Look at the age range or bracket or condition. These are people that they never grew to see beauty of truthfulness or a beauty of a process that is working. For example, I grew up to see electricity stable in Nigeria. I grew up when I saw it making it half current from the quarter current till no more. Some people never saw that.
I never saw it. What year was it that there was electricity in Nigeria? Please tell me.
No, it's not something that is constant, but at least you could say, okay, we can have like confident. You can say you have like 15 hours, 13 hours light.
When was that?
I'm talking of the 80s.
I grew up in the 80s. I came to Nigeria in 1979 as a 3-year-old child. So I grew up in the 80s. I don't remember this light. There was always light. Nigeria's always had light issues. Always, as far back as I can remember.
I know it's not constant, but I don't think it's like this.
It's maybe not this bad, but as maybe a little bit less bad than this. It's like comparing HIV and gonorrhea. Like, which one is good inside?
So, to be honest, I see no reason why people should sell their votes. Yeah, I don't know why people should sell their vote. I see no reason why they should sell it. Yeah, and I don't know why they are selling it. Because no matter how much you're given to sell a vote, it can't last you more than 3 days. I don't know how much they want to give you. At least for one vote, for you to sell one vote, that money can't last you 3 days. So why should you sell your future for 3 days? I mean, it's terrible. Then apart from that, I believe something that Nigeria's system supports this.
There was no light in the 80s. There was no light. I'm just remembering now. There was no light in the 80s. I lived in, unless in the part of the country you stayed, I lived in Ibadan in the 80s. And I used to come to Lagos a lot. There was neither light in Ibadan nor in Lagos. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Because I remember then, in 1981, because I started school in 1982. I started from primary 2. I was 6 years old. My mom homeschooled me up until then. In 1981, I was about 5. I remember our neighbors then, Lekan Balogun, the current Olubadan of Ibadan.
Yeah.
His name is Lekan Balogun. He was my neighbor, as in his house was facing our house when we're growing up. And they had a generator. And I remember then when light would go, they were one of the only people that had a generator. You just hear them go. His first son, Femi, will go and pull the generator. They used to keep the generator outside the house beside where they kept their Alsatian dog. Those days they used to call Alsatian dog police dog.
Police dog, yeah.
So I'm telling you about 1981. I can remember this clearly. There was no light. Maybe it was better than it is now, but there were many. I remember my grandmother and my grandfather telling me to go and put a metal bowl of water on top of the fence so that breeze will blow it so that it can be cold. And when my father comes from the hospital, because my dad's a doctor, so when he comes from his night shift around 10 o'clock, my grandmother will tell him to help her bring that bowl that she put on the fence. So Nigeria's problem, this Nigeria electricity problem, has been from the 80s. I did not live in Nigeria in the 70s. I came as a 3-year-old kid in 1979, which is the very last year of the 70s. So I cannot tell you I knew what Nigeria was like in the 70s, because I was even born at the tail end of the 70s. But 1980s, I knew 1980s very well. There was no light.
Well, I think I grew up to see light anyway. Not constant, but I think I grew up to see electricity very well. I grew up around Ikeja, yeah, and I used to see light very well, to be honest. Yeah, I know there were generators and all that, but I think the light, I think during Abacha was when the light began to be like
No, I
Yeah.
disagree. Who wants to argue this? Who wants to argue
Really,
this?
for me, that's why I think at least you have 10 hours light a day. At least 10 hours light a day.
How bad is the light situation now?
Now, well, to be honest, I don't know. I've been out of that country for about 18 years, so I don't even know the condition of the lights, to be honest. But at least I was still in Nigeria. I was still in Nigeria in January. Yeah. I think in Lagos, maybe a little bit of improvement, especially around Lekki Axis. Especially around Lekki Axis. Yeah, I think Lekki Axis is fine. Outside Lekki, I don't really see light, to be honest. I don't think light is it's okay. As far as I'm concerned, as a matter of, I don't know how people cope with without electricity. I personally can cope without electricity. But I don't know how people cope without electricity, especially with the noise of gen. No, it's terrible.
Luckily for me, I live in an estate that is serviced and they give us 24 hours light. It's just that you pay for it through your nodes. You end up
Exactly.
spending like 300k if you use too much AC, like 400k a month on just electricity.
Is it solar?
Solar care. If you want to install solar in my house, you spend between 10 and 12 million. So,
Are you serious?
oh, you think it's cheap? It's not cheap. Oh. It's very
I know solar is
expensive.
not. No, I never thought it's as expensive as that.
Oh, if you want to install the kind of solar that people install to charge their phone, let me tell you, some people in their house, they have one phone, they have one light bulb, and one
No.
LCD television. With 300k, you will install the solar that will carry it. But you have fridge, you have freezer, you have AC.
That's way.
You can't. You
No, you
can't.
can't. That could be quite. Yeah, that could be quite intensive.
Even the inverter that will carry those things. Let me tell you, most people that have inverter, the inverter is for the DSTV and the TV and to charge their phone. So that costs too. So let's talk about this selling of their votes before people say we
Yeah. So as I was saying, I think there should be government should set up people that should be checking on this type of things, selling of votes, and any word that they see that they are selling votes, I think those votes should be cancelled because that's not the truth anymore. It's not a true vote because people are being bought out of what they really want to do. I know there is hunger in Nigeria, but at the same time, this is an opportunity for us to change it to who we want to. So why should you on earth sell your votes that the money they will give you can't even change your life? It can't change your life just for you to maximum land some people 10,000, 20,000. I mean, that's terrible. Honestly.
All right, we have somebody else with us here. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Daddy Freeze.
Good evening. So, what's your contribution?
Yeah, my contribution about the selling of votes is, I think the basic problem is, I think Nigerians, a lot of education needs to go through. The reason why people actually sell their votes is because they don't know what their votes are worth.
That's true.
Because, for example, the last elections, I was at the polling unit and someone came and met me and told me that one party, I don't want to call the name, is paying 10,000 naira per vote. And I looked at the guy, maybe because he saw me wearing the bathroom slippers and he felt I was one of the kind of people that sell votes. They buy their votes, sorry. And I told him, okay, 10,000 naira. So if I eventually take this 10,000 naira from you and sell this and vote for this person, how long is the person going to be in office? He said it's 4 years. I said 4 years. Oh, okay. So 4 years, that means it's going to be 10,000 divided by 4 times 365.
Can you imagine?
That means you're not paying me up to 50 kobo per day. Oh, it's the truth. You're not paying me up to 50 kobo per day. I told him, well, if you want us to talk, maybe you should go back and think about 10,000 naira per day. Do the maths and come back. Then we'll start having this conversation. if Nigerians start understanding how much their vote is worth, we'll stop saying this thing. These guys can't afford to buy our votes. No Nigerian can afford to buy our vote. Even them can afford to buy our votes. I think a lot has to do with, and especially your programs like yours. A lot of people don't know how much their votes are worth. And the truth is, when people say there's hunger in the land, I beg to differ respectfully. I really beg to differ, because I've run an election before, and I know what it means. I've seen a lot of people who actually sell their votes and end up in a beer parlor immediately. If you can actually walk to your polling unit, you're not hungry. Because that 5,000, a lot of them spend it that day. So it's not hunger, it's greed. And then not knowing how much their vote is actually worth to them. And the truth is, until this stops, we might not see credible candidates. We'll remain in this mess that we have been in. And honestly, Nigeria is a huge mess.
Yeah.
Are there prospects for the country? There are huge prospects for the country. There are huge prospects for the country. Daddy Freeze, let me digress a little bit. Do you know that presently, Nigeria doesn't meet its OPEC quota of oil, sales of oil crude? OPEC actually gave us a quota of 1.7 million barrels per day. We're struggling to produce 1.2 million barrels. That means every day Nigeria is losing 500,000 times $100. 500,000 times $100. And yet Nigerians can't really see the problem. We are in a huge mess, and not until we get out of this mess by electing credible leaders. I don't know where we're going to, honestly.
Anyway, guys, I said today was going to be a short. I just wanted to come and say hi to you guys. Thank you all for joining. Remember, Clash of the Supporters officially kicks off on Tuesday next week. Let me give you all the updates. Yeah, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, about that, I actually spoke to Savage. I actually want to join the PW's team because I have a lot.
Savage is right here. Savage, I saw him earlier on today. Reach out to him. Let me tell you how far we have gone. Let me tell you how far we have gone.
I've been following it. I've been watching it. I've been following it.
Now let me tell you how far we have gone in the background, the back end. We've set up 3 teams: the Peter Obi team, the Tinubu team or the Ashiwaju team, and the Atiku team. The Peter Obi team is led by Osun and Savage. The Atiku team is led by Musti, who was here live with me last time I was live, and some other guy, some other gentleman, a professor. I've forgotten his name. Now for Tinubu team, we have DJ Bongo Lee, and he announced his deputy today. Now I also have a group that we set up that contains only 7 people, me and 6 of these team leaders. So we've started. All I do is moderate. They debate, they decide, they come and say, okay, this is what we are doing, this is what we are doing, this is how we're going to do it. So everything is set. We're starting at 11:30 on Tuesday. You need to be there if you really like Peter Obi.
11:30
Nigerian time. You need to be there and show your support. The modalities will be given out earlier on in the day, and the topic we'll be debating on. So
is it 11
PM this time, PM at night. Yeah. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity. I'm glad that youths are having this discussion. Young, intelligent people. I don't think there's anybody there who is older than maybe 55. Most people there are 55 and below, and some are even young. Some are in their 30s. and there's dedication. I've seen the work they've put in to represent their teams. So reach out to Deji Savage. He might be here. That's his handle, the African God. So just reach out to him. If the team, if they're oversaturated, you can still have one-on-one conversations with him in the DM if you want to support with materials or.
I've had one-on-one conversations with
Okay.
I've given him some information I have. Yeah, though he asked me to get some more information.
Awesome. He is in charge of that team, so I never interfere. The moment I handed over the team to them, they do what they think is right with the team. Unless somebody comes and says, they've been beating me inside this team, then I can join and put mouth. But so far, they work as a team.
Sorry, Daddy.
Yes.
I want to have a better understanding of what you want to do. It's not a debate, right? It's just you speaking of what you expect your candidate to do, or
no, it's actually going to be a debate. It is going to become a debate, and yes, indeed, they're going to speak about a lot of stuff. It's all going to be a bit wild and crazy, so you better join us. I shouldn't even be telling you this. All I should be telling you is join us on Tuesday, you see. The first episode is sponsored by Black Mentor. Big shout out to Black Mentor. He's into investments and real estate and all that, and we'll be telling you a little bit more about all that when we come on Tuesday. Part of the initiative is to help people and sensitize the public with regards to how important it is to know your candidate. So that it's not 5,000 naira that you use to know your candidate. Don't choose your candidate because of 5,000 naira. If you've watched the debates for a whole year and you decide that it is Tinubu you want to choose, let it be because you know how good Tinubu is. If it is Peter Obi you want to choose, let it not be that somebody called you aside and say, you want 1K? When you reach that place, press umbrella, okay? Umbrella. You understand? So guys, please, let's make this happen. Thank you so much for joining me live. Do take care of yourselves. I will be live in church tomorrow morning by 11:30 a.m. and it's going to be an awesome service like it always is. Please make sure you join us. So see my live church is 11:30 a.m. and Clash of the Supporters is 11:30 p.m. So my life is either an 11:30 or an 11:30. Whichever one, make sure you're part of it. See you tomorrow in church. Take care, guys, and God bless you.
Yeah, bye.